Well, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, I was going to ask you if it's okay, like in the last quarter of the show, or maybe a little longer. If are you willing to take some questions from these guys, because they definitely want to call and talk to you and ask.
And I've done maybe 4 shows, and they never let me talk to any callers, but I'd like to.
Well, you're definitely going to do it tonight if you want. They're ready for you later on here.
I really like to talk to RD. I would really like to talk to RD47. He's been calling me a attention whore. He calls me the worst names. He's one of my biggest problems. He's in the chat room, and I'd love for him to call and explain to him why he's been talking shit to me all this time.
Good. Well,
I love a good throwdown. I love it. RD, you got to call in, man.
Yeah, call in about 20, 25 minutes or so. I want to hear the end, and I know you're giving us the bridged version here, but so let's fast forward to your 40 years old abduction scenario.
Okay, this wasn't my abduction. This was my son's.
Oh, okay, all right.
But this one I don't remember, and I do know why I don't remember, but I'm saving it.
Okay.
But my wife comes down, and she's fucking pissed at me. You need to talk to this boy, blah, 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 blah. He's 8 years old. You need to find out what's going on. Tears in her eyes.
Oh.
He comes down shaking, red-faced, tears gushing out. And he kept saying, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it. And then he just told, and I made him talk to me, tell me what it is. And he said, they came and got you, Dad. And I was like, and I was like, who came and got me? He said, aliens. And he started crying and screaming. I'm like kind of being mean about it. And I said, shut up and tell me what happened.
Right.
And he said they came and they took me in my backyard and they took me. I said, where'd they take me? He said, to space, Daddy. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's just bawling. I've never told him anything about me, about this subject. Nothing.
Wow.
So I said, okay, what happens? He goes, then they brought you back. I said, okay, see, and then he goes, I go, then what happened? He goes, and then they took me. And I said, what? I got hella pissed, because I thought I made a deal with them, don't be fucking with my kids. Because I was already pissed they took my semen, so who knows what the hell they're doing up there. Don't fuck with my kids. And I kept asking him, well, what did they do? He said they took him to space, and they kept pressing on his stomach. And that's all I can get out of him. They brought him back, so I don't bring it up to him anymore because of how terrified he was. I can totally believe him, because when I was 6, I know I was a freak if it was real. And that's all I really want to talk about on that subject. And okay, let me go back to, there was a part I didn't go back to when they came back to my house. You remember that and they checked on my son, my other son?
Mm.
Are you there?
Yep.
Okay, they came back, checked on my son. 9 months later, I found out my first son, this is at 19, he had cerebral palsy. But I didn't find out till like 9 months after they were checking on him. They came back and checked on my boy while I was in the room, a whole nother story. So now I'm putting it together. They came and checked on my son this time by pressing on his stomach. 9 months later, he just had heart surgery. So it's just a weird thing. That's why I don't like to talk about it, really.
I don't blame you.
Like I'm real upset at that. Because I always said if they could take me to the moon, they could fix me. And they could fix him.
I don't know if anybody's ever asked you this question before, but I'm curious to hear your answer. Have you ever thought of yourself as being an alien, just living as a human, and then you're being brought back?
People ask me that, but I know I don't think like you guys think. I don't look at the world like you guys look at it. I know that. I don't know. I don't know what that's saying. That could be just mean I'm observant and you're not.
Hey, you could be born, an alien hybrid and not knowing it, being, having everything human in your life. But genetically, I know. Anything
people were
possible.
telling me UFOlogists and stuff said I fit the description because I was born in '68 in Nevada, and for some reason that has some kind of thing. I don't know. You know, that was the first thing that people get interested in, my birth and where I was at and what year. I don't know what that means, but I don't really care where I'm from. I know who I am, and I know what I know, and I'm cool with it.
Well, it's very interesting. When I first got into this subject, all the guys that I was meeting, they were all 40, all the same age. You know, even like when I first got into this 7 years ago. I said, how old are you? Oh, I'm 36. So am I. How old are you, Mike? 36. When were you born? 68? Yeah. And we found there was like 5 or 6 of us that had been hanging out for about 6 months. We all found out we were all born in 68.
Two of my best friends were born the same week and year as me.
Oh wow!
Crazy.
And and your friends. That's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. That's junior high.
Now the weird thing is, I worked with both of these guys 15 years before we got into ufology. We were all hanging out 15 years ago. We didn't even know it, and then we all put it together. You look familiar. No, you look familiar. Did you ever work here? Yes, I worked with you. Oh man, that's trippy. Okay.
The kind of people I mess with and kind of business I do and stuff like that ain't nothing like that. I don't even bring this up. They would clown me so bad.
I don't blame you. I found out the hard way too.
Yeah, I'm not even interested in telling my friends or family.
Good. Yeah.
I'm not talking to people in Ohio and shit.
All right.
Okay.
So what happened was from 19 and then